The name, Dr. Richard Kimball. The destination, Death Row State Prison. The irony, Richard Kimball is innocent. Proved guilty, what Richard Kimball could not prove was that moments before discovering his murdered wife's body, he saw a one-armed man running from the vicinity of his home. Richard Kimball ponders his fate as he looks at the world for the last time and sees only darkness. But in that darkness, fate moves its huge hand.
The Fugitive. A QM production, starring David Jansen as The Fugitive. Co-starring Robert Doyle, John Anderson, Russell Collins, Judson Pratt. Tonight's episode, Come Watch Me Die.
Stop him!
Done. Charlie, look what he done.
Bellows. Hey! Hey! Him.
Nebraska, a world of wheat, dirt roads, all open to the sky, but still a silent sky. Richard Kimball has found temporary refuge in the remote farming community of Black Moccasin. And even here there are questions.
Hold it right there, mister. What's your name?
Rogers. Ben Rogers. Never seen him before. Might be him. Him? Can I ask what this is about?
Double murder. Other side of Black Moccasin Hill.
You think I...
That's not him, boys. I seen him in town. Tad Crummer's new mechanic.
I'm taking this grinder in for repairs. You been part of a posse?
Just a little part. We got an army, and Bellows is somewhere in the middle.
Bellows.
The one who did it. Broad daylight, witnesses and all. Well, you can be moving on.
Thank you.
Well, come on out! We're gonna spread you all over this field! Don't shoot! I'm coming out!
Certainly. Yes, sir.
Stole from them 3 years ago, now comes back for more. Milk of human kindness. Look what it got them.
Yes, sir. Right away.
I knew you were taking him to the county seat, Deputy.
Right away. The sheriff wants us to.
Oh, Charlie. Sorry, Charlie. It's just... Charlie, what can we say? Your folks were the kindest people that lived on this green earth.
Thank you, Ed. I appreciate that.
Now, take it easy, boys.
And take it easy.
He'll get all he's got coming to him if he's guilty.
If he's guilty?
I didn't do it, Charlie. They were like folks to me. May God strike me dead.
Yeah, well, that's just what I'd do, boy, if I could get in there at you. Strike you dead. Don't you look down, Bellows. Look at me. That's right. I want to be there when they execute you, boy. Because I want you to remember me. When everything starts getting black and you try and scream.
All right, Charlie, all right.
You know what that means, boy?
I know you had to get that out of your system.
All right, Charlie. I'm going to be seeing you, boy, here.
Men, the prosecutor wants you four witnesses down at the county seat tonight. The grand jury's going to disband tomorrow at noontime, and he wants to rush through the indictment.
I don't know why I have to go. Be kind of a fifth wheel, know what I mean?
Cal, those are orders from the county sheriff. Ed?
Don't look at me. When he stole my car, he broke the spring.
After what Charlie's been through, I can't ask him to drive. Your license still suspended, ain't it, Benji?
You ought to know.
Cal?
How much am I paid for mileage?
How would I know? You have to take that up with the county.
We all know what that can mean. County shortchanged us before. Payment in advance. Nobody gets hurt, huh? Now, Schrader's right. If they want us there tonight, they can pretty well get us there.
All right. Tad Crummers keeps the school bus up to his place.
Oh, that's a good idea. We'll get Tad to drive us there.
Yeah, that's what we can do.
Oh, Rogers! Rogers, I've just been on the phone with the deputy. He wants to borrow the school bus. Got to take that Bellows boy and those witnesses down at the county seat tonight. I'd drive him myself, but the wife isn't feeling well, so...
Mr. Crummers, I've been on the road since 6 this morning.
Well, you're young, strong. Ain't gonna hurt you.
I did have some plans for this evening.
I realize, Mr. Rogers, you've only been around these parts a few weeks. So the Brights, rest their souls, probably didn't mean much to you. I just thought, as a law-abiding citizen, you might be willing to help out.
Of course.
Good. Hey, get her filled up, get a receipt, and drive over to the sheriff's substation. They're waiting for you.
Time's all right?
Yeah. Getting Bellows and those witnesses down there, you mind what you're doing now. Don't forget the mileage. Get a receipt for the gas.
Ben Rogers, huh? All right, raise your right hand.
What for?
Oh, when I spell you at the wheel, you're going to have to guard the prisoner.
Well, Crummers didn't tell me I'd have to be sworn in.
Well, we have to keep you legal, Ben.
Well, it's almost 7. Come on, Rogers.
I swear to faithfully fulfill all duties as temporary aide to the deputy sheriff of this county. Say, I swear.
I swear.
You're now an officer of the law. Come on, everybody, let's get started.
How about food? We ain't had dinner yet.
We'll stop along the way.
That boy live around here?
Used to spend summers here, working for the Brights. Stole $50 from them 3 years ago, then lit up.
Come back for more today.
Have a cigarette?
Sure.
Your folks, Charlie. I love them.
Love their money.
No, that's not true. I went 100 miles out of my way to see them. When I got there was nobody around. When I went in the front door, I got this feeling. The house was so quiet. And there they were. Made me sick.
Not so sick you couldn't run.
That's right, boy. How come you didn't stop when he yelled at you?
I was scared. I knew I'd be blamed.
You were right. Got your shirt. Their blood on it.
I'm not denying it. I bent over him. I listened for his heart.
Look, boys, we'll have plenty of time to talk about this later. It's not our job to question him.
Look, I think I got a right to question him.
Oh, yeah, Charlie, sure. Yeah, I guess you have. How'd my car get piled up in the ditch?
I was stupid, crazy. I just wanted to get away.
Why? You didn't kill him?
And if you didn't kill him, who did, boy?
I don't know. The house is near the road. Anybody could have walked in while you were out back.
Wasn't anybody they saw run. It was you. Wasn't anybody stole my car to make a getaway. It was you. Wasn't anybody washing the blood off Bellows. It was you.
None of you ever liked me. All those summers when I came back, I was always an outsider. I was never anybody but them. Now they're dead.
Somebody had better shut him up.
Bowers,
Yeah?
the boy's just a suspect.
Technically, yeah.
Legally. I have no right to badge him.
Makes sense.
Look, fellas, he isn't even booked yet. Let's cut out this cross-examination and leave that for the trial.
You're absolutely right, Deputy. Things must be done in a proper manner. Don't worry, when we get through testifying, he'll hang. In a proper manner.
Can't see with these lights on in here. Watch him good now, Rogers.
We're all watching him good.
Thanks.
What for?
For stopping him before. You know how it feels. Arrested. Hated. You didn't even do it.
You married?
No. No family either.
From around here?
Back east. I was hitchhiking out to California. Thought I might get a job on those aircraft plans.
You just happened to be going through here.
Told you I went out of my way to come here. I wanted to tell him how sorry I was about that other time. You think I'm lying too?
I don't know.
Crummer's mechanic's getting pretty friendly with him, ain't he?
Wouldn't be the first time Bellows has fooled somebody.
Like your daughter, huh?
Shut up.
Must be about 8:30. Better stop and get us some food. Hi, Stella.
I was just fixing to close up. Hadn't been anybody in for hours, what with that storm brewing up.
Coffee still hot?
Steaming. Why, evening, Mr. Clemens.
Oh, Stella.
Mr. Mr. Schrader.
Good evening, Stella.
Say, Stella, how about making us up some sandwiches? You know, about a dozen, ham, cheese, or whatever you got left over, huh?
We better make up some hot coffee, too, Stella.
Charlie. Charlie Bright.
Hi, Stella.
Well, hi yourself. Golly, it's been a long time since I've seen you. Well, I was just out in the garden the other day and the Brights crossed my mind. Now in walks Charlie himself. Well, I can see you're fine. Hey, how's your folks? You know, one of these days I'm gonna get your ma to let go of that recipe for her.
Stella.
Oh, Charlie, I'm sorry.
That's all right, Stella. You didn't know.
At least we got the man who did it.
Which one?
The younger one.
Well, talk. Say something. Why can't you just make noises like an animal?
I didn't do it, lady. I didn't.
They're all witnesses who keep saying he's innocent. Must be something wrong with his mind.
Oh, don't say that, Mr. Clement. Might give him ideas. That's what his lawyer probably say, you know? Temporarily insane. I think a trial's a waste of time with an animal like this.
That's right, Stella. For an animal, mad dog. And whoever heard of giving a mad dog a trial?
Don't worry, he'll get what he deserves.
Willie, I know what they mean by circumstantial evidence.
There'll be more than that when that trial opens.
Okay, supposing he gets himself a good lawyer, you know, and tells him his story. You know, about the house being way back away from the road and Benji and me being back in the back there for over an hour, and then he says somebody else could have got in there.
Charlie, what's the matter with you?
Well, I'm getting a little bit worried, you know what I mean? I mean, nobody did see him do it, actually. Ain't nobody in the world saw him do it.
You're starting to talk like maybe he didn't do it.
No, I'm not saying that he didn't
Well,
do it.
you're
I know,
saying-
no, I'm not now. I know that he did it. What I'm saying is I don't know what the jury's going to think, you know, or what they're going to say. And you know what a lawyer do to him.
Yeah. I see.
How much longer do you think it'll be?
This rate not till midnight.
You know, this may sound funny, but I'm looking forward to being in that jail. Know what I mean? Deputy, where'd you get the firewood? Oh, I bought it back at the diner.
Drinking and driving's a serious offense. Mind if I pass it around?
All right.
Deputy, you're all right after all.
Doc told me last week he took a blood sample out of you, Deputy. Said it was half alcohol.
All right, you guys, take it easy in that jug. We got a long way to go.
Bridge is out.
Well, let's take that road back by Fallbrook.
Never make it, not in the dark.
No, we'll head back for that motel we passed. Start out again in the morning. We'll get the county seat by noon easy.
I'm on my way, never get there.
Rogers, you won't have any trouble with him now. You've been doing a good job with him so far. So I'll just,
I'll watch him for you.
Good.
Better get some rest. You got a big day tomorrow.
Have I? Am I gonna see it? I don't think so. No, I don't think I'm ever gonna see another morning.
Why don't you all just shut up? I don't see anything so funny to be laughing at now.
Oh, I'm sorry, Charlie. It's just some of the things that Benji says.
Well, it better not be any one of you laughing on the witness stand, you know?
You sleeping good, killer?
Listen to that. I'm never gonna get the county seat alive.
Get some sleep.
They hate me.
Yeah, I guess they do. But they have respect for the law.
Quit the laughing now. I'm gonna tell you all something else. Now, if that jury comes in there tomorrow and they said that boy ain't guilty, I'm gonna shoot him down right in the courtroom.
Well, you'll have to beat me to it.
Respect for the law. You know what they're gonna put on my tombstone? Here lies the blue ribbon first prize sucker.
What?
Guy picked me up going all the way to Phoenix. But no, I got out. Hitchhiked 100 miles out of my way to see him. I had to.
Why?
You know what they did when I stole that money from them 3 years ago? Nothing. Not a thing. They could have had the cops on me before I got out of the state. You know how that made me feel? Like a bug. Like a dirty little bug. I had to tell them. I had to tell them that they taught me the best lesson I ever had in my life. And I was too late. They died without ever knowing how much I loved them. And whoever did it's still on the loose. But I'd like to find them.
I'll be right back.
Charlie, you gotta remember that the suspect has got certain rights.
Oh,
He's got certain constitutional rights. Right?
Sure. Every man's entitled to a fair trial.
Protect the rights of murderers? What about ours?
Yeah. Well, what about ours?
Do us a favor, Bowers. Save the county a little money and shoot him trying to escape.
Oh, now, Ed. I don't like to listen to that kind of talk.
Hey, I got an idea. How about it? He don't weigh too much. Find a tree, just like those cowboys on TV.
Oh, no. Don't have a daughter, Cal. You know, even now there are nights I stand outside her bedroom door. They're crying.
You know, I'm the one who ought to do it. Because I got the right.
Bowers, the sheriff gave you the obligation of protecting that boy. Saying that nothing happens to him. Bowers, listen.
Wait a minute, boy. Ain't you supposed to be in there watching him?
He's handcuffed to the bed. Bowers has the key.
Then what are you worrying about?
For the four of you are going to see that justice is done, is that it? Well, the people around here ought to be really proud of you. Well, now come to beautiful Tyler County where they still hold lynchings, is that it?
Oh, shut up.
Well, why don't you climb down off your soapbox and just shut your mouth? We all gonna do this thing together. What are we gonna do about him? Huh?
Are you gonna help me?
Rogers, you did a good job. I'll take charge now.
Hey, what were you talking about in there?
I said we've got to get him out of here and get him to the sheriff.
Right. Give me the sheriff first thing in the morning.
How come you're doing this for me?
I've got my reasons.
You don't trust me?
I'm not sure I trust myself. Come on.
Let us in, deputy. Come on, Bowers. We want him. Now open the door. Open the door, Bowers.
All right, we called it. It's already decided.
He ain't here, Bowers. Now what'd you do with him?
Yeah, and what about that other guy?
Drunken bum.
Telephone.
In the office.
Gotta call the sheriff. Make a report. It's no use. I'm beat.
It's a bad cut, but you won't bleed to death.
I told you I can't make it.
They'll have found out by now. Think about that.
Look, why go on with this, huh? I'm on a straight line right for the death house.
I thought you were innocent.
What difference does that make? You think it never happens? You think I'd be the first one?
No, you wouldn't be the first one.
Mister, I don't understand you. I mean, I don't get you. You don't even know me. What's it to you, all this?
Let's just say, forget it. Come on, let's get going.
Yes?
I'm sorry to bother you. This man's been hurt. May we come in, please?
You better go round the back. Come on in.
May I use your phone, please?
Oh, sorry, mister. Storm knocked it out.
How far is the next phone?
Maybe the public one's working, Jeff.
Is there a public phone?
It's about 100 yards down the road, near the gas station. Jeff, it's the killer.
Him? What are you doing with him?
Joe Bowers deputized me. I'm bringing him in. I want to call the sheriff.
Well, out. You get him out of here.
This man's been hurt.
I don't care. You get him out of here.
Cut his leg. Been walking halfway across the county.
None of that. It goes with you to the phone. Don't move. You cuff his wrists together and I'll tie him out in the barn.
I'll put him over there. He won't give you any trouble. Just keep an eye on him. I'll be back in a few minutes. You have a car?
Pickup.
How far is it to the county seat?
22 miles.
The sheriff may want you to drive us in.
Cora, I wouldn't sit so close.
Oh, Jeff, for heaven's sake.
Treating you with kid gloves. You ought to be hung. Horsewhipped and then hung.
Jeff? He's no older than Lonnie.
Cora, what are you doing?
What the good Lord would want me to do.
Meaning no blasphemy. I say stay away from him.
His leg is hurt. I've seen you 2 days and 2 nights without sleep on account of a sick heifer. Jeff, there's some bandaging in the first aid kit out in the barn. I asked for the bandaging.
All right, but you take one step back first.
Oh, Jeff, he's handcuffed.
You want the bandaging or no? That's better. Oh, we know he could have escaped from the state asylum. Now you'll take one step closer. I didn't do it, ma'am. I made a mistake. I swear.
That's right, Sheriff. They were going to hang him. The deputy was too drunk to stop them.
That isn't the way I heard it.
I'm sure they concocted a fine story. That's beside the point. He's here for you, waiting for a fair trial.
Where are you phoning from?
I don't know. I lost my bearings. There's a gas pump, a farmhouse. And I'll give you the number of the phone.
We have a son. Lonnie works in an office in Omaha. He's just about your age. Do you have any folks?
Just my mother, ma'am. I keep wondering. Now, my name's probably been in the papers all over. She's seen it.
How terrible she must feel. They haven't even let me call her and tell her it's all a mistake.
Least they could have done is let you call her.
Ma'am?
Yes.
Now, remember what your husband said. Don't get too close to me. But this, handcuffs cutting my wrist. Could I just move my chair a little?
That's starting to hurt again, huh?
Yeah. It's bleeding again, I think.
We better bathe it some more. Now you just grit your teeth, because this might hurt a little bit.
How long has your son been gone?
Oh, just about a year now.
A year? It's a long time. Must miss him a lot, huh?
Sure do.
You know, if he's like you folks, he'd be a nice guy to know. I mean, I wish I could have met him. Lonnie's a nice name. And I don't think I've ever heard that before. My name's Paul.
No!
Not a muscle, lady, or I'll kill you. You ever butcher a pig? Sure you have. Well, that's what it's gonna be like. Just like that, unless you cut me loose. You hear me? You think I care about one more?
You killed him. Decent people like that. How could you kill him?
Cora.
How could you kill him? Why?
Why not? I was passing through. I needed money. They wouldn't give it to me.
Cora, don't move. I'll get the gunners.
Please. Oh, please.
Just don't move.
Lonnie. Lonnie.
Well, if I don't slit your throat, you really have something to write him about, won't you?
He has a pickup he can drive us in.
No, wait there. I already got the location from the phone company. I'll be out. And listen.
Yes.
If you're trying to throw us off...
Wasted enough time. He'll be here. I'll give you my word on it.
Now stand over there. Drop the cutters.
The gun.
Now get over there with her. Woods in back. How deep are they?
2 miles.
Behind them?
State highway.
Now, lady, I guess you know what this'll do. So you're gonna get me some food to take with me.
I will not.
I'll get the food.
Dump it in that towel. Red. Wrap it up. Take it back. Now, do me a favor. Tell that knight on a white horse when he comes back. So long, sucker. Can you remember that? Sucker.
It's all right, Cora. It's all right. It's all right.
Bellows!
Then when Jeff cut him loose, he had to cut him loose. He grabbed the shotgun.
Grabbed the food like a wolf. Nothing we could do. He admitted the killings.
They bragged about him.
Headed for the state highway. With my shotgun.
We didn't want him in here, Sheriff.
I wanted to tie him up in the barn.
You may be right about Rogers.
10 to 1, they made some kind of deal.
You had no business swearing him in.
But I just took Ted Crummer's word for him.
Well, I called Crummers. He didn't know the first thing about Rogers. So get on that phone down the road and call my office.
Yes, sir.
Give him a complete description. I want to teletype to state headquarters. Let's find out if he's wanted for anything.
Yes, sir.
This Bellows, he was headed for the highway, straight through the woods.
Thank you. Tell the boys to split up in fours, fan out, and we'll surround the entire area.
Should have got the gun, Cora. I could have got it first. I could have stopped it.
Maybe not, Jeff. Maybe you couldn't have.
Eddie, take no chances. If they don't surrender, shoot to kill. Over.
Bellows! Now you know who it is, Bellows! I'm coming for you!
Bill! Only one more shot. One shot's all I need. You asked me why I tried to help you. I had a reason. I've got a reason for bringing you in. You're guilty. Come on out, Bellows. Not till I get you. That's it, Bellows. You haven't got any more. Come on out. And now listen to me. You haven't heard the whole story. I listened to you enough. Now you saved me. I'll never forget that. But I'll spend the rest of my life paying you back. The point is why? Now why keep after me just because they swore you in? You saw that deputy? That drunk? And all the others, they're all the same. They're a bunch of stupid hicks. You're not like that. You're not one of them. I mean, why you? Well, they're probably going to get me anyway. Why you? Because if I'm not against you, I'm for you. And if I'm for you, I'm lost.
Save him, now you try to kill him.
I'm sorry.
Sorry? You caught him. There's not a man here who wouldn't trade places with you.
Yeah.
Ever know how close I came to having you arrested, Rogers?
I know how it must have looked, Sheriff.
Excuse me, sir. From State Police Headquarters on that query you sent them?
Thank you. Just put it on the desk. Even started checking to see if you had a record.
Yeah. You don't need me anymore, Sheriff. I'll be going.
Rogers. You ever thought about law enforcement? No, I could use a good man. And you're it as far as I'm concerned. Took a lot of guts to do what you did. You showed a lot of people around here the kind of respect they should have for the law.
Well, I thank you, Sheriff. I'm honored.
But not interested, huh?
No, sir.
Listen to this. Information on Ben Rogers not sufficiently detailed for identification. Can you send fingerprints?
I walk toward the horizon, a hope that it will lead to the man with one arm. Only then will the search be over for the fugitive.
The old college try. It's all right. We needed reinforcements anyway. All around. It's bad luck, isn't it? To drop a martini with your right hand?
If any of you clowns get out of line again, I'm going to have to ask you to leave, all right?
Oh, you're kidding.
Try me.
You heard, big brother. Hey, mister. Isn't he better? Watch.
That's a lot better. Practice on the other side, will you, son?
It's amazing how he listens to you. His father can't do anything with him.
Hey, doggy, what? Come on, good. Come on,
Hey! I told you, no clowning.
Big brother says no. No clowning. Now stop clowning, you clown.
Hey!
Hold up!
I must have smacked his head. I'm sorry. I'll talk to you when I come out. Come on. Hey, you almost kicked yourself out of the pool, didn't you?
Darling, are you all right?
Now, let's have a look at you. Come on. Sit up.
It's those kids today. They have absolutely no respect for anybody. Boy, I'm going to talk to that girl.
You have to stand in line. You feel dizzy, son? Come on. You're all right.
I don't know how to thank you.
Well, that's all right. It's part of the job.
Well, but you were quick, sure, and nice. I'm going to talk to the management about you. Come on, darling. Let's find Daddy. It's near dinner time. Come on. Mr. Gaines forgets everything when he's gambling.
She leave?
I guess she did.
Well, when your father owns a joint.
He's Dan Polachek's kid. He lets you get away with it?
Well, you've been around for a while.
Polachek. Yes, I want to see him.
You have the release?
Come back soon and don't go near the water. I'll get you a taxi.
Mrs. Gaines?
Well, she's in a hurry. She just stole $1,000 for injury to her son.
Boy was fine when he left the pool.
Well, he couldn't hold his dinner tonight. Look, if it's a concussion, 1,000 buys us off cheap.
Mr. Polachek, it wasn't a concussion. She knew it wasn't. When she left the pool, she was relieved, very grateful.
Well, that was without benefit of counsel. Her husband's a lawyer. Drop 600 on the wheel, saw a chance to recoup.
Dad, I'm gonna need some
You'll
money.
have to wait, I'm busy. Now look, the reason I sent for you, the boy's mother said some fresh young kids. You get the names?
No, sir, I didn't.
What, did you ask?
I was too busy with the boy. I thought he might be hurt. When I came out, they'd gone.
They hurt a boy and just walked off? What a cheap trick.
Well, it's just what you'd expect, I guess.
What kind of people are they?
What Mrs. Gaines said, fresh young kids.
You ought to run them out.
Well, if they come back, I will.
I'm Chris Polachek. If my father ever remembers his manners.
Yeah, Jerry Shelton, the new man at the pool.
I'll have to start swimming again.
Remember, be careful. That's what this whole business is. 10% smart. The rest is being careful. All right, that's all.
Where did you buy that?
Now don't try any funny stuff like with the last one. Just stay away from him and leave him alone.
Money.
But he wasn't.
He was sick tonight.
I sent him a box of candy. Now, will you take off your halo and get some glasses? All right. Vital statistics. Chris. Not Christine, just Chris. 36, 24, 36. Age, no legal barriers. Education, finishing school. You name them, they finished me. Jerry Shelton. Married?
Nope.
Involved?
What is this, an inquisition?
Oh, college man. Well, what are you doing here?
I don't think you'd be interested.
Try me.
How many of those you had since dinner?
Who counts after 5? The Chris Polachek special, 6 to 1. Do you think that's too dry?
For me.
We could wet them down. Let's wet them down, old Shelley. From the outside.
The pool is closed.
Only to guests.
No, the pool is closed to everyone.
I like this job, I want to keep it. And no rude, drunken brat's gonna spoil it for me. Go back where you belong and tell your father to wipe your nose.
Thank you.
Yes? Oh, they brought it back from the cleaners. Would you hang it up for me, please?
Didn't you wear this dress last night?
Yes, I did.
That's what I thought. Ticket said received at 1 a.m. Isn't that kind of late for a valet call?
You advertised 24-hour service.
What's this doing here?
What?
This.
Oh, that. I wore it up from the pool last night.
Why?
Well, I had to wear something.
I want to know what happened.
All right. All right, I'll tell you exactly what happened. I had a few drinks, and I went for a swim. I just forgot to take my dress off, that's all. And that new lifeguard came in after me and dragged me out and slapped my face and gave me his robe and sent me home. And that's exactly what happened. Now, you can think anything you want.
It's not what I want to think. It's what you make me think.
Get out. Please.
Come on in.
Oh, you had your breakfast sent down, huh?
They told me I could.
Of course. Except that most pool men we've had couldn't wait to get up to the action. I want to talk to you. Put on your robe and come outside.
I haven't got a robe.
Well, you should have. The hotel supplies them. Some of the pool men we've had were pretty sensitive to the sun.
Well, I like the sun.
I'm glad to hear that. I had the feeling that you'd be more at home in the dark.
You're talking about last night.
Yes. I'm talking about last night.
Came down to the pool. Had a few martinis. Jumped in the pool with all her clothes on. I fished her out, put my robe around her, and sent her home, that's all.
She said you slapped her face.
She had it coming.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Hello.
Shelley, it's me.
I'm sorry, ma'am. The pool doesn't open till 9 o'clock.
Listen, I want to talk to you.
I don't make the rules, ma'am.
Shelley, will you listen?
No, ma'am.
Last pool man we had was pretty ambitious. Good looking. She thought she was in love with him. Cost me $10,000 to buy him off.
You making me an offer?
No, you've only been here one day. She can't be that involved. All I gotta do is fire you, boot you out, and forget it. Except that I want you to stay. Any man's got sense enough to slap her down, well.
You don't like her much, do you?
The point is, don't you?
Operator.
Miss Polachek, please.
Thank you.
Hello.
Shelley?
Is that when you called your father was standing right here?
I thought he might be. I wanted to tell you that...
Do me a favor, will you? No calls, no conversations, nothing. You got playmates, go and play with them.
Thanks, Julie. She called him a few minutes ago.
I know. I was there. He fluffed her off. Doesn't even like her.
He just called her back.
Fire him.
I don't want to be around. She'll tear the place apart. Then she'll pull out. Are you ready to write her off? Maybe you could sell him on leaving. There's always something you can hang it on.
Maybe. All right, go down to personnel and give me his file. Danny, how are you? Nice to see you.
Taxi?
I'm waiting for the hotel car.
Oh, I'm a lot faster into town.
I'm off till tomorrow.
And more comfortable.
I'll rough it.
Get in. Or should I tell my father you got out of line? Going into town to meet somebody?
I'll pick up a few things before the stores close. You gonna visit a sick friend? Flowers.
A friend. A hotel grows more flowers than it can use. Like everything else about my father. Too much.
Too much daughter.
He talked about me this morning.
Huh?
Warned you to stay away from me.
Well,
He's right. I'm poison. Now where can I drop you?
Maybe I'm gone off the deep end, but it just seemed a little too convenient. Him standing there, her picking him up. His file show anything?
Yeah, some pretty fancy references. Hermitage, White Sulphur Springs, Camelback in Phoenix, Royal in Quebec. No picture. Person not supposed to make a picture.
I'll check it out.
We'll start with Phoenix. I know the manager. She was very young.
So was I. She used to sing in the morning when she brushed my hair. She was beautiful and happy and full of life, and she's dead. He'll tell you she killed herself. She didn't. He killed her. With his jealousy and suspicion and his stupid pride. He killed her, nobody else.
Chris. Chris, wait!
Come in.
I got Winters from personnel at home.
And?
The reason they didn't get a picture, Shelton broke the appointment, said he was busy. Promised to come in as soon as he could.
I just talked to Quebec.
Like the rest?
Like the rest. They never heard of him.
You gonna tell Chris?
Yeah. When I catch up.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
$500. Traveling money.
Am I traveling?
Tomorrow morning. Like I said, let's go down and pack.
You waited up for me. Well, I'm deeply touched.
Just got a call from Bonnie at the swing shift.
He's cute.
The kind of call a father loves to get. Telling him his beloved daughter is advertising her rottenness all over town.
It's late. I'm going to bed.
What are you trying to do to me?
What did she ever do to you?
Now, look, I've got something here. Position, respect. Nobody handed them to me. It took 20 years out of my life. And you're not going to turn it into nothing. I keep hoping. I don't know why. I keep telling myself you'll change.
Marcy, will you get me the pool?
Hello.
Shelley? You asleep?
No, just cleaning up.
You must have thought I was a kook. I mean, at the cemetery.
No, don't worry about it.
Shelley, can I come down?
It's late.
In the morning?
I won't be here in the morning.
Why not?
Ask your father.
Shelley? Shelley?
You didn't have to check. He's doing his job.
What did you want? I asked you a question. What did you want?
What difference does it make?
Not much. You'll be gone in 10 minutes.
She wants some answers.
She'll get them.
Like she did before?
Before, it's none of your business.
But now, as Mr. Polachek, I'm getting a pretty fast shuffle, you know.
You're getting everything you're entitled to.
And more. That's on account of me.
Oh, you're wrong. You gave me a phony set of references. I have to let him go.
With a $500 bonus.
I'll call it severance pay.
Severance from what? From me. Would you give him a chance to explain? He doesn't have the slightest interest in me. I told you this morning.
And this afternoon, he was waiting for you. You took him for a ride, huh?
He's always had a filthy mind.
You've always given me good enough reasons with anything that came along like an alley cat.
Got it all figured, haven't you? Well, all right. Go ahead. Run him out. But if you do, you're running me out, too.
Now, look. I'm not running you out. You want to leave.
I do.
When a man gives me a set of phony references, it's 1,001 he's hiding something. Now, I don't know what it is, but I can dig it out. You stay, and I promise you I'll dig out the truth. Otis can drive me into town with the house car.
You'll lose it.
Well, the odds with the house.
She must mean an awful lot to you.
Get him out of here.
Why don't you tell her sometime?
Yes? I'm sorry to get you up this late, but I've got to talk to Mr. Shelton.
Shelton?
Yes, I'm Mrs. Shelton, and I've got to see him before he leaves.
Ain't nobody named Shelton signed in here.
He's got to be here. He came in about an hour ago in a car from the Rainbow.
You mean Mr. Wilkerson?
Yes, that's him. I'm positive. If you'll just tell me which room. Well, it's all right. I'm Mrs. Wilkerson.
You just said your name was Shelton.
Well, it is. That's our real name, Shelton. Well, you see, we had a quarrel this evening, and, well, he was flying out in the morning anyhow, so he came over here and used another name, and, well, it's the first quarrel we've ever had.
Cabin 7 across the court. And see you don't wake up nobody else.
Shelley? 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 It's polite to ask a lady in.
The lady wouldn't be standing out there.
Please.
Don't you ever think of anyone else? You know what your father'd do to me if he knew you were here?
You're scared?
Yeah, scared. Got me having about 4 million pieces, scatter them all over the state. You get it through your head, I'm running.
You wouldn't have to anymore. Shelley, let's go wake up some sleepy old Judge.
Judge?
You're very attractive, I'll admit, but I didn't drive all the way out here to suggest a sordid little adventure. I'm proposing a decent and honorable marriage.
Why?
I told you. You're attractive, you're nice, and I like you.
And you want to hurt your father? You know, have you ever taken a good look at yourself? I mean, you overindulge, you overprotect.
That's not so.
There isn't anything you wouldn't do, anyone you wouldn't use to get your hooks in him and rip him apart. Thank you. Very much, thank you. But just leave me out of it. I got enough trouble of my own.
Am I so hard to take?
I didn't say that.
I've got a nice figure. I read a lot. Most men even think that
I'm not most men.
I know, that's why I thought that perhaps we could help each other.
Look, Chris, just forget it, will you? It's no good. It's not even what you want. Suppose you're wrong the way you feel about your father. No, it happens. People do funny things. They build up one emotion to hide another.
There's nothing to hide. I hate him.
You think he hates you?
Ask him.
I have. Yeah, I have. You want to know something? You're his whole world.
I'm sure. He tells me every day.
When's the last time you gave him a chance? Chris, don't run from him. Don't run from yourself. Take a little advice from me. I'm an expert on running. Sure, he's big and he's tough and he doesn't give an inch. Where do you think you got it from? One of you's gonna have to make the first move. Go back and talk it out with him. You can be there before he knows you're gone.
Just had a hunch. Thought I'd look in on her.
Anybody see her go through the lobby?
It's Gordon. He took her bags to the car. Now, what about Otis?
He's on his way up. Dan, you don't know she went after Shelton. You got no proof.
She said she was going to run out on me. Yes?
Did you want to see me, Mr. Polachek?
Ben sent a man into town tonight. Where'd you take him?
Well, I didn't take him into town exactly. You told me to take him wherever he wanted to go.
Now, where did he want to go?
The airport.
The airport? His plane doesn't leave till morning.
Well, I guess he knew that. He asked me to drop him at this motel.
What motel?
The, Airway Motel on Carter Boulevard.
Did you tell anyone you went out there tonight?
Only Chris. She came over and asked me.
Operator.
Marcy,
Yes, sir.
we're the Airway Motel.
Shelley, I'm scared. I never should have made you come along.
Nobody held a gun on me.
I just couldn't have gone back alone, honest.
I know.
Besides, if you're right, he couldn't possibly be angry.
The police can be angry. You're doing about 70.
I thought I was just poking along. You worry about the police. Was it serious?
Well, I wouldn't want to get picked up.
It's hard to believe you did anything wrong.
I didn't. I just couldn't prove it.
Now I'll always wonder about you. Where you are and what you're doing.
Well, I can write you every 4th of July.
I'll pull over. You get out and run.
They're too close. Relax. Remember, I came along for the ride.
Oh, Officer, I'm terribly sorry. It's just that, well, it's so late and we were talking and I never dreamed I was speeding.
I didn't say you were.
Well, then why did you stop me?
Is your name Shelton?
Yes.
Both hands on the car. In there. Oh, you were right. He had it. You want to sign the complaint now?
No. Let me have a minute with him first.
Sure.
Well, you were right, Mr. Polachek. The odds are with the house.
You were stupid to take the $500.
He didn't take it. You gave it to him. You had no right to go after him.
He wasn't after me. Well, go on and tell her. Go on and tell her that you couldn't stand losing her no matter what you did to me. Oh, tell her the truth.
Chris, maybe if we could talk.
There's nothing to talk about.
Well, there's you to talk about. What you're doing to yourself.
What you're doing to me. What you did to my mother when you kicked her out.
I didn't kick her out. She walked out. It's in the court record.
Your record. Your court. A little country court. A little country town. With a closed hearing behind locked doors so nobody would notice that big Dan Polachek was buying himself a little divorce.
That's true.
From a little judge who took a little extra and gave him custody of the child.
He gave you to her.
Who sold you the right and the... What did you say?
He felt the hotel might be bad for you. He thought you should be with your mother.
You're lying.
You can read it in the transcript.
My mother didn't take me. Why?
She didn't want you.
Don't you say that about my mother. Don't you talk that way about my mother. I won't listen. I won't.
Now, you stay.
You let go of me. Let go of me. This is none of your business.
It's none of my business. You dragged me in here. I don't suppose it matters to you what happens to me out there. It matters to me. Now, you got me in. Now, you get me out.
All she wanted was a boyfriend. He was one of my dealers. He wasn't the first. They took $30,000 cash when they skipped. The money lasted 8 months. The boyfriend lasted 8 months and 2 days. I found out what happened from the San Francisco police. They called me and told me what she did to herself. I went and brought her home. I felt that if I buried her here,
Why didn't you tell me?
she was your mother. You loved her.
And you loved me. You loved me that much. I'd like to go home now.
Mother?
Yes, Mr. Polachek.
Well, I'm afraid I lost you up. This money didn't come from my cash box. I only use new bills.
He said he knew all about running.
The dice come up that way sometimes. Too bad, a good life wasted.
Not all of it. Not all of it wasted.
Some 600 passengers will depart the Reno airport today. Some are flying on business, some for pleasure, some for urgent personal reasons. One man, as always, is flying for his life. Richard Kimball, fugitive.
Heaven, because he doesn't exist. How long are you going to keep on hoping when there is no hope? There's only one path to true salvation, my friend. Now wait, just listen to me. I can save you. I have proof, absolute, incontrovertible proof.
Yeah. Mike Decker? Yeah. Now, this has to be in confidence. It's about a man you once defended in your column. Who is it? About a year ago, during the trial. You wrote that you thought Richard Kimball was innocent.
Who is this? What about Kimball?
Listen to me. I do believe in Kimball's innocence. Now, you said you had something to tell me in confidence. Okay, I'm listening.
He's in Chicago. He thinks the real killer might be here. Somewhere in town.
Hey, this is Kimball, isn't it? Now, listen to me. You can trust me, Kimball. You hear? I want to help you. I'll be able to leave the office in an hour. You meet me at my apartment, the Chalifard. So we're on...
No, not your place.
Okay. Oh, any place you say. You just name it.
South Bailey. And 10th. There's a theater. Be out in front 9 o'clock.
Okay. I'll be there.
Deadly game of hide and seek, Richard Kimball has only one rule for survival. Be suspicious of everyone. Is it coincidence that 3 strangers should suddenly appear at the place of his rendezvous with Decker? Or are they just strangers? Richard Kimball's rule for survival: be suspicious of everyone. But sometimes strangers are only what they seem. And now the imagined threat is gone. And with it, Mike Decker.
Decker?
Yeah?
Are you alone?
Sure. Come on up.
I waited for you.
I know, I saw you. There were some people hanging around. I thought it was a setup. Or maybe you'd said something to the police.
I told you I wanted to help.
Well, when you've been on the run from the law, you learn to be suspicious.
Okay. Let's go upstairs and talk.
See, I found this girl in Omaha. She said the man that beat her up had one arm. She said that he warned her that if she went to the police, the same thing would happen to her that happened to that Kimball woman. Well, everything about him added up, so I started looking for him.
What made you come here?
I found out he bought a ticket for Chicago.
And you wasted 10 good days looking for him by yourself.
I guess I could have called the FBI.
You should have called me.
Mr. Decker, what makes you think I'm innocent?
3 of your jurors held out 6 days for acquittal. They thought you were innocent. Why shouldn't I? Here. Take a look at this. This is the Kimball case. An exhaustive study of the evidence. Okay?
Okay.
This is a newspaper sketch of the one-armed man from the description you gave. Now, think hard, Kimball. Is there anything else you can add to that?
He was about 40 or 45. Dark hair. Right arm missing. I was driving back home after an argument with my wife. I saw him suddenly running from my house. He acted scared. He darted into the street. I had to swerve. The headlights picked him up only for a second. Well, there's nothing more I can remember. I'll know him if I see him.
Okay, let's see what we can do with this. I'll have some copies made up and get them spread around town.
If he finds out what that scareman's running.
We don't know for sure he's still here. Main thing is if he is, it can turn up a fresh lead on him.
I can tell the police I'm in town, too.
No, not if it comes from me. They know all about the articles I've written defending you. I'll see my editor first thing in the morning. You better get yourself some shut-eye.
Decker, while you're editor, maybe we ought to talk about this, huh?
Maybe we had better have an understanding, Dr. Kimball. I'm willing to go all out to help you. Money, contacts, influence. You know I can deliver, or you wouldn't have come to me in the first place. But I'm a temperamental guy, Doctor. If we're going to play on the same team, I call the signals, I carry the ball, and that's the way it is.
What if I don't like the signals you call?
There's the door. I won't blow the whistle, but then what?
Look at yourself, man. You've had it. What do you think your chances are without me? In the parlance of your profession, Doctor, prognosis negative. And, yeah, I have a selfish reason for wanting to find the one-armed man. I need a big story right now, and this could win me a Pulitzer. Okay. I'll be leaving early in the morning. You're safe here. My wife's away. She's out of town. I'll get rid of the maid. You find pajamas, a robe in the closet there. Have a good sleep. I'll see you tomorrow. I found the one-armed man by Mike Decker. 10 grand expenses is peanuts for that story, Fred.
Oh, come on, Mike. I don't care what you say about him in your column. But don't try to sell me on Kimball's innocence.
I got an angle going that'll break that case wide open.
The next thing I expect to hear from you is stop the presses. No, Mike. No, this isn't going to work. I'm sorry.
Fred, for 10 G's, I can make it work.
Look, when a gossip columnist starts slipping, the first thing he prays for is a newspaper man's miracle, coming up with a big story. Well, miracles don't happen very often, Mike, and sometimes a guy gets so panicky that he'll do something real dumb, like coming up with a phony. Now, don't press the panic button.
Fred, would you please just wait a minute? Fred, Richard Kimball is in town right now. I got him. I can prove it. You can see him for yourself if you want to.
All right. I'll make a deal with you, Mike. 5,000 expense in exchange for your guarantee for a Kimball story.
I can't make a guarantee like that, Fred. I may not be able to find the one-armed man.
I said a Kimball story. Now, that yarn would be sensational. But just in case it doesn't work, there's another story that'll still sell a lot of newspapers.
Oh, yeah. Like turning Kimball over to the cops.
I'm not trying to tell you what to do, but like I say, you do need a story.
Yep.
Who are you?
George Blake. A friend of mine. I was just passing through town. He invited me to stay overnight.
Oh, I'm his wife.
Hello?
Haven't we met before, Mr. Blake?
No, I don't think so. I'm sorry about all the mess. You told me you weren't going to be in town.
Yes, I thought I'd surprise him. You're Dr. Richard Kimball. Dr. Kimball, I can't believe it. How did Mike ever find you?
He didn't. I found him.
When? How long have you been here?
Since last night. I don't want any trouble. I'll just leave.
No, you don't have to run away because of me. Didn't Mike tell you? I'm the one who got him to write those articles about you. I researched the case for him. I believed in your innocence from the beginning. What are you doing in Chicago?
There's just a chance that the man that killed my wife is here.
And Mike says he's going to try to help you find him.
Yes. What does that mean?
Hey, Kimball! You awake? I got good news. Hola? Welcome home. What'd you do, bust out?
No, graduated with honors.
Congratulations.
Forgive us, Doctor, sort of an inside joke. Dr. Kimball's just telling me you're going to help him.
Yes. It's all set. Paper's behind you 100%.
What does that mean?
Meaning, $5,000, and that's just for openers. My editor says if I believe in you, that's good enough for him.
Just like that? What if you're not able to come up with the story?
You let me worry about that.
Don't you think Dr. Kimball's entitled to some kind of guarantee?
What would you suggest? The Boy Scout oath, the pact signed in blood, what?
Your word's good enough for me, Mike.
You got it, pal. The main thing, Hogan, is the time element. I want fast action on this. Now this is incentive dough. You get me a lead on him, worth another C-note. You finger him, you found yourself $1,000, okay?
You know me, Decker. Just keep that grand handy.
The way Decker's been throwing cheer around, I thought you might want to know about it, Sarge.
Looks like he's still hopping on the Kimball case. No sale, Wimpy. There's nothing here for us.
Wait a minute. I thought we had a deal.
I said any information we could use. This isn't a police matter. If Decker wants to throw his dough away, that's his business.
Sarge. Well, how about a little car fare money at least?
There you are, Wimpy.
Thanks.
Say, Al, don't we have a want on the Kimball case?
Yeah, on Kimball.
No, I mean, it seems to me there was some kind of a request for information on this one-armed man deal. About a year or so ago?
I don't remember. Take a look.
Yeah, here it is. From a guy named Gerard.
Soup's on.
Oh, thank you very much. I don't think I'm very hungry.
I know, it's the waiting. Mike's doing everything he can. You trust him, don't you?
I have to. When we first met, I got the impression that you didn't. I guess that was a pretty rotten thing to say.
No, it's true. At least it was true. I didn't trust him. Not like I once did. You know what I used to call Mike when we were first married? Sir Galahad. Pure of heart, noble of mind, champion of the downtrodden. I think there's still people like that in the world, Doctor.
I suppose so.
I used to think so. Mike isn't one of them. He's done some pretty awful things to his friends, to me. I swallowed it for a while, and then I started taking refuge in that other world. Did Mike tell you where I've been the last 3 months?
You just said you were out of town.
Oh, I was. On a charming resort, dedicated to the proposition that all alcoholics can be cured.
I'm sorry, I didn't know.
Oh, it's all right. It doesn't bother me anymore. It made me realize that if I want Mike, I have to accept him. The way he is. Love, honor, cherish. Close my eyes to the cheating and the double cross.
Mrs. Decker, you trying to tell me that I can't trust Mike? That his handshake and his word, they don't mean anything?
No, you don't understand. Mike's a louse about a lot of things. But there's one thing he's kind of a fanatic about. His word. Thou shalt not give thy word in vain. Mike stakes his life on that. You can too.
Okay. You know, he's pretty lucky to have a wife that accepts him on his own terms.
He doesn't think he's so lucky. He knows I don't like him. What he doesn't know is I love him. Oh, talk about hearts and flowers. I came in here to cheer you up.
Yeah, so much so I think I have some of that. I'm a little hungry.
Sergeant DeSantis?
Yes?
I'm Lieutenant Gerard.
Oh, how are you, Lieutenant? I wasn't expecting you until tomorrow.
I managed to get away earlier. Now, what about this one-armed man, Sergeant?
Well, like I told you on the phone, this is about all we've got.
And Decker's been passing these out to informers all over town.
That's it.
I wonder if you do me a favor, Sergeant. I'd like a roundup of all the most important stoolies on your file tonight.
Oh, I'm sorry, Lieutenant. I'm supposed to take my wife out for supper. As a matter of fact, I'm late now. I'll be glad to do it tomorrow.
That might be too late. A thing like this could have brought Richard Kimball to Chicago. He might be here right now. Of course, if you'd rather I talk to your captain.
It won't be necessary, Lieutenant. I'll be glad to help you.
Hey, come on. Listen, boy, I think we finally got us a lead. Sit down, sit down. There's this stoolie named Cogan. He meets up with this guy that matches our description to a T. And get this, the guy lets slip he's only been here about a month from out west. The guy's scrounging. Cogan tabs him to be on the lam, so he says he's got this deal to pick up some easy dough if he can find a partner. Well, the guy's interested, but he says he wants to blow out of town tomorrow.
Leave town?
Why don't you shut up? So Cogan thinks fast, and he says, that's okay. He says, that's okay, because tonight is the right night anyhow. He sees this guy doesn't want to be pressed. You know, he won't tell him where he lives or anything like that, so Cogan plays it cool, gives the guy his telephone number, and says to call him.
You're supposed to call Cogan when?
Tonight, 9 o'clock. Nah, don't worry. Cogan says the guy's tongue is hanging out. He'll phone.
Well, then what?
Cogan says the deal's on, and they better get together. Then he calls us here. By 5 minutes after 9, we're going to know where the meeting place is. We move in, you put the finger on him. Well, pal, I come through for you?
Get your coat, Cogan.
You're taking me in? What for?
For questioning, come on.
Now, look, I'm expecting an important phone call. It's a business deal. Give me a couple of more minutes, huh?
For your kind of business? You must be kidding.
Oh, come on, fellas. What's a couple of minutes mean? This call means an awful lot to me.
Logan, I know.
Look, just about 3 minutes, please.
Listen, you louse, you better talk quick and make sense. What do you mean you missed him? Listen, Cogan, I'm not buying alibis tonight. You better find that guy. I'm telling you straight, find him. Cops, pick Cogan up for questioning. He missed a call.
Don't you think you ought to try and cheer him up, Mike? It's been a rough night for him.
My neck's on a chopping block and you want me to cheer him up?
Well, it's not that bad for you.
Oh, yeah? I blow most of my expense dough on one lousy lead. And then my studio's got to go and blow that and you say it's not that bad for you.
Get some more money from Mr. Connolly. You said he was behind you all the way.
Paula, the $5,000 is the limit. And then only on my guarantee that I give him a story.
What kind of a guarantee?
Guarantee of a story. A story. Happy ending, fine. Sad ending, that's just okay, too. Just as long as I deliver a story, a Richard Kimball story.
No. You gave him your word, Mike, your word.
Paula, what do you want me to do? Tell that guy the truth that I had to get down on my knees to Conley and beg him for a chance to deliver even this much.
He trusts you.
I tried. Paula, I tried for him. I tried.
Well, isn't there still a chance Cogan might find him? Haven't you still got time?
I don't know. I guess I could stall Conley a little while longer, but if that one-armed guy skips town, I'm dead because I promised to deliver a Kimball story one way or the other.
Promised? You even turned that into a dirty word.
Listen to who's talking. Now, when did you become a saint, woman?
Well, you're not even human anymore. Why did Joe Bronski blow his brains out? Because of you. You're double-cross. Oh, you had to have that story.
Shut up.
That was rotten. But this... Oh, no. Well, I'm going to tell Kimball the truth.
Paula, you so much as open your mouth and I'll... You know something? You know what, baby? Boy, we're acting like a couple of jerks. This kind of talk is stupid. It's all my fault. Honest, I don't blame you for being so upset, Paula. It's like you said, baby. Well, you were right. It's been a rough night for us all. That's the whole trouble. We just gotta relax. Talk this thing out sensibly. Not be at each other's throat.
No, Mike, please. Please.
Yeah. Oh, baby, one little drink's not gonna hurt you. I'm sorry I had to leave you alone, pal. Little problem with Paula. She's back on the booze again.
What happened?
Yeah, I don't know. Just one of those things, I guess. Let's talk about you. I know this thing tonight was a kick in the guts to you, but don't worry. Even if that one-armed man has left town, we're gonna find him, I guarantee it. Are you still with me, pal?
I think so.
Okay. I got a hunch tomorrow's gonna be our day. You keep a good thought.
Okay.
Oh, hello, Mike. Come in. This is Lieutenant Philip Gerard. This is Mike Decker.
Nothing I can do for you, Lieutenant?
I understand you've been passing these out around town, Mr. Decker.
I know all about you, Lieutenant. Hope you don't mind my having so much faith in Kimball.
$5,000 worth. That's quite a lot of faith. Unless, of course, you have something more definite to go on.
Like what?
Like maybe working directly with Kimball on this.
Okay, Lieutenant, you got something to say to me. You just stop beating around the bush and spit it out.
I'm just trying to keep you out of a jam, Mr. Decker. Aiding and abetting an interstate fugitive is a felony.
Eh? Yes, he's right here. Hang on a minute. Mike.
This is Decker.
Mike? Cogan. Can you talk?
No, I'm busy right now. You see me in my apartment later. What were you saying, Lieutenant? Oh, yes, Lieutenant. Oh, yes, about this aiding and abetting an interstate fugitive. Well, next time I run into one, I'll keep that in mind.
Next time may be too late to do you any good, Mr. Decker. Last night I had the local police pick up a few stoolies. The word is that you've got somebody who claims he can identify Richard Kimball's alleged one-armed man. Well, Mr. Decker, there is no one-armed man. That was just a product of Kimball's imagination. I think Kimball's talked you into helping him. Now, where is he?
Bunch of stoolies fill your ear. You believe them.
You tell me where to find Richard Kimball. You'll not only be in the clear, but you'll be in a very good position for an exclusive story on his capture.
That's right. Lieutenant, you got yourself a deal. The minute I find out where he is, I'll let you know.
You think about it, Mr. Decker.
The time has come, Mike, for you to turn in a story.
I haven't got it yet. Not the one I want.
I don't care which one you turn in to me. Whether it's the capture of the one-armed man, if there is such an animal, or the capture of Richard Kimball. I want it tonight.
Mike Decker in? Mike Decker, is he here? Is he in?
Come in. Mike? Mike?
Are you Mrs. Decker?
Huh?
Are you Mrs. Decker?
Yeah.
Would you give Mike a message, please? It's very, very important. Would you please tell him the guy he wants is going to be at the bus station. He's leaving town in an hour. Do you understand that? Lady, it's very important. Would you mind repeating it, please?
Yeah, man he wants. We're leaving town. Bus station. Hour.
Yeah, in an hour. It's important. Please, remember to tell him, huh?
Don't worry, don't worry.
You won't forget, huh?
Oh. Morgan. Morgan.
Paula.
Hi.
Hi. Who just came in, Paula?
Bio one?
No, thanks. Who came in, Paula?
Good. That leaves that much more for me. Oh. Hi.
Hi. Paula, who came in?
My buddy. Hey, you know what you are?
No.
You're a nice guy.
Yeah, what did nobody want?
Nothing. Well, so am I. So are you. And so is a little man with a message.
What little man with a message?
Little man with a message. Left the message. That's what little man with a message. Well, I'm nice, and you're nice.
Yeah, what message, Paula? Paula, what's the message for Mike?
Hey, what are you doing?
I want to know about the message, Paula.
Oh, we're going to play games now, okay? Well, let's see. The message was very important. Oh, yeah.
Was it about the one-armed man? Paula, what was the message?
What are you doing?
Oh, come on, we're going to have some coffee.
No, leave me alone. I don't want coffee. Let me be. I'm trying to think. There's something about I was supposed to tell Mike. The man he wants. The man he wants is leaving town in an hour.
What did the man say when Mike could reach him?
It's my turn now. What's black and white and what else did he say? Something station. Station.
Train station.
Train station. Train station.
Bus station.
Bus. Yeah. How'd you know?
What bus station, Paula? Where? Bus that just left. Where's it going?
Which one?
The one that just left.
Oh, that one, Florida.
When does it make its first stop?
Well, it picks up some more passengers at Chicago Heights, if that's what you...
Chicago Heights.
An escaped murderer named Richard Kimball.
I never heard the name, Lieutenant.
No, perhaps not. But your husband seems to have been taking a special interest in him.
Oh, well, there's so many poor people Mike tries to help. I can't keep track of them. He's very sincere about helping them, you know.
Yes, I'm sure. Has your husband been home nights these last few weeks?
Oh, yes, he's always home at night. We're very devoted.
Really? Who's been occupying your den at nights, Mrs. Decker?
The den? Well, you see, I lied to you, Lieutenant. We're not devoted. Mike stays in the den.
Isn't that the truth that Kimball's been living here?
No. I told you I never...
Come on now, Mrs. Decker. Where is he?
I keep telling you I never heard the name.
All right, Mrs. Decker. I believe you. When's Kimball coming back?
I don't know. He just ran out.
Ticket, please. Hey, mister, your ticket!
There was a one-armed man aboard. What happened to him?
Oh, him. He got sick just after we left. He asked me to stop and let him out.
Where?
I think it was the intersection of Prairie and 69th Street. He sure didn't act sick the way he was running.
Did you see which way he went?
No. You after him?
Yeah. Yeah. Mike, can you talk? Yeah. Where are you? I saw him. The man we're after, I actually saw him. Where? In a bus. He saw me and got off before I could get to him. Look, you want to meet me here? We'll go after him together.
Oh, hold it. Wait a second, pal. Let's not blow it now. Where are you?
I don't know exactly. Somewhere in Chicago Heights.
Okay. You meet me at my apartment. We'll make our plans from there.
You're wasting time, Mike.
Shut up and listen. You said he saw you. Okay, well, use your head. It means he's going to get out of town just as fast as he can, and I got the contacts that'll know how and where.
All right, get your people started. I'll be at your place in about an hour.
Now, don't try to be heroes. Let him walk in and come up to Decker's apartment. Just make sure he enters the building and goes upstairs. You understand? All right, you two take the front. You take the service door at the back. Okay. All set? Yep. Two at the front, the other in the rear. You'll have to buzz to be let in, won't he?
That's right. This unlocks the door in the lobby.
Fine. I think that takes care of everything.
You're awfully quiet, Mike. You're working out the story in your mind? How's this for a title? I Double-Crossed Richard Kimball by Mike Decker. No, that's really not in keeping with your public image, is it? Well, let's see. How about, I risked my life to try and save Richard Kimball from capture. It's a little long, but that's the right idea, isn't it?
You act as though your husband had done something to be ashamed of, Mrs. Decker. On the contrary, the shameful thing would be allowing himself to go to prison to protect Kimball. Maybe you think there's something glamorous about him. I assure you there isn't.
Not glamorous, Lieutenant. Innocent.
Yes. A number of women have felt that way about him. Purely emotional.
What about the one-armed man? Or don't you want to believe Dr. Kimball actually saw him?
Oh, he probably did see a one-armed man. I have no doubt he really thinks that a man of that description murdered his wife. But that's only because he can't, or won't, differentiate between reality and fantasy anymore. Dr. Kimball murdered his wife, Mrs. Decker. Take a jury's word for it. He's late.
Mike?
Sir Galahad.
Yeah?
Is everything all right?
Yeah, sure. Come on up, Kimball. No, Gerard's here.
Keep him here.
I'm out on bail, so this will probably be my last column, at least for a while. I'm guilty of aiding and abetting Richard Kimball's escape. And under the law, the judge must sentence me to a minimum of 1 year in prison.
Oh, Mike. Mike.
Why don't you shut up? To say that I'm scared is putting it mildly. I'm scared to death, but I think I can make it. I know I can make it. If Richard Kimball should read this, I want him to know I wish him all the luck in the world. You keep a good thought, pal.
Now many months a fugitive, Richard Kimball walks the night again, but no longer in despair that he is hunting only a phantom. He has seen the one-armed man, and it has given him hope. Somewhere, sometime, they will meet again. A place to rest. Another name, another job. Your name, Dick Lindsay. Your job, handyman at the Bowden Russet Kennels. Russet Kennels. For 30 years, breeding America's finest Irish setters. Prize-winning animals, closely guarded, protected from the outside world by lock and key.
Go on, Colleen.
For what reason, then, would a member of the Bowden family take Colleen, one of the kennel's most valued animals, and deliberately turn her loose in the field? To run away? Why?
Colleen! Come here, girl! Colleen! 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 Here you go.
Want to stop for a drink?
Not today.
Everybody will know we won the semifinals. It wouldn't hurt to stop. Have a drink, talk.
I want to go home, Dad.
Cora, huh? 4 years, and I keep forgetting you're married.
You keep forgetting a lot of things.
Like what? Come on, get it off your chest.
Did you have to chew me out like that in front of the others? Or don't you care what I look like? Just the dogs.
I have to point out when you do something wrong.
So they moved the startup, so how should I know?
How could you know? Stretched out under a tree, sound asleep. If I hadn't found you and the dog when I did, we'd have been out of it. No finals tomorrow, no nothing.
No new cup to put up on the shelf.
No extra 10,000 to put in the bank. You know Lee Burroughs has been after the place. If we take the state finals tomorrow, I can push the price up another 10,000.
You never said you were selling?
I never said I wasn't. And he keeps raising his offer. Any objection? 10,000's a lot of money. You work that dog careful tomorrow.
Maybe you ought to work him yourself.
What?
Maybe you ought to work him yourself.
Maybe I ought.
Fine.
What's the idea?
I want that drink I didn't want.
How'll you get home?
I'll get home.
Colleen! Hey, girl!
That Colleen always did like to tramp. How did she get out?
You tell me. By the way, did Johnny say why he was stopping off in town?
No.
Just take it easy. We'll get you out of here. Now, take it easy, girl. Take it easy. We'll get you out of here. Just take it easy.
Max, it might be a kindness not to let her suffer. She's ripped pretty bad. Deep from the looks of it. You might not be able to save her if you tried. If she does live, she'll probably be lame. No good to anyone, least of all herself.
Maybe you're right.
He's got a gun in the wagon. I suppose that seems kind of cruel to you.
I don't like to see things die.
You get used to it working around a kennel.
We'll be at the wagon.
Do you want me to do it?
not too dark. You can bury her tomorrow.
Mr. Bowden, you don't need me anymore.
Well, there's no reason you have to eat and run.
Well, you must be pretty tired. Had a tough day.
I'm all right.
Tomorrow, why don't you pile more of the work on Johnny? Take a lot of the load off.
A lot.
You don't see this much anymore, father and son. When you do, I guess this is the result.
Those things are the answer to 30 years breeding. It's all in the bloodline. You tell me a dog's lying, and I'll just about tell you what he'll do. You get along with your father?
I'm fine. I always thought we'd be working together. Well, it didn't work out that way. I talk too much.
You don't talk enough. You never said one word about this afternoon. That thing in the woods. You can't run a kennel like this on sentiment. You can't always give in to your feelings. You'd know that if you'd worked around dogs before.
I'm afraid I haven't. All I know about dogs is that I like them.
Did you think I'd forgotten? House rule. Brandy for the semifinals and champagne for the finals.
Well, I think you better skip me. I'll get some sleep. I'll wait for the finals. Good night.
I like him. He's got good sense.
Yes, he's caught on rather fast for someone who's never worked around dogs.
If Lee Burroughs is smart, he'll hang on to him.
Max, you're going to sell.
Maybe. I'm thinking about it.
Well, have you told Lee yet?
Tomorrow, after the trials.
Well, why wait?
Means extra money if we win.
And if we lose?
We won't lose.
But Max, suppose, just suppose. You know how Lee is. He could change just like that and drop the whole deal.
He hasn't dropped it in 3 years.
But why take a chance, Max? You could pick up the phone and settle it right now.
I'm not ready to settle it now.
But you just said that you...
I said I was thinking about it. I'm thinking about it. Johnny, I guess. Cora, tell him I went to bed. I'm tired.
Why didn't you tell me?
I wasn't sure. I wanted to watch her a while.
Oh, Cora. You should have waited. Talk to me first.
I couldn't wait for you to make up your mind. Don't worry, darling. Max won't know about it. She's gone.
Well, she could come back.
I don't seem to be getting through to you. The kennel man shot her. She's dead.
ride at night. The only purpose? To verify that a prize-winning dog is dead. Why?
It's pretty stupid coming out here like this. Suppose Max had us take the car.
Not him. He hits that bed and he's gone. Clear conscience, I guess.
Meaning what?
Meaning I don't like what we're doing to him.
Well, maybe I don't like what he's done to you. I'm sick of playing house with a frightened little boy whose father leads him around on a short leash. Don't you have any feelings at all? What he did to you today?
Cor, you have to understand him. His whole life's in the place.
Well, I'm not putting mine into it. 4 years. Oh, I've had it. Johnny, we can get away if he sells. Well, you're not going to stop it. Not you or anyone or anything. Okay, come on and have your look. Then we can get some sleep. Over here by the fence.
Take it easy, girl. Be finished in just a minute.
Well, where is she?
She?
Well, you've got to have her. You're the only one who knew where she was. So you couldn't do it? Who patched her up? You?
Well, she wasn't hurt nearly as bad as we thought. The cuts were mostly superficial.
You did a very professional job.
Well, I watched Doc Anders often enough.
Doc Anders?
Yeah, he was a vet back home. I worked for him for a couple of years.
Where was that?
It was a little town on the coast of California. I don't think you've ever heard of it.
Well, Max isn't going to like this. Disregarding orders.
Does he have to know? I mean, for right now. He might feel different if I can get her on her feet.
You better get this stuff back to the dispensary. Max notices everything.
You're not going to tell him?
I guess not. How do you know I've never heard of it? That little town of yours.
Carpinteria.
You're right, I've never heard of it. Well, you're going to have quite a job keeping her inside.
I'll tie her up with something. She lost her choke chain.
I guess she must have lost it in the brush. Be careful. Johnny. He just couldn't do it. He's a dog lover. He's got her in his room.
Well, we've got to get her out.
Don't worry, darling. He'll hide her from Max. He has to. He even made me promise not to tell. There's something fishy about him, though. You should see the way he patched her up. He told me he'd learned it from a vet.
Well, maybe he did.
But he told Max he'd never worked around dogs before.
It's about time you got here with my dog. He isn't yours till I sell, if I sell.
Morning, Mr. Burroughs.
Good morning, son. I'm putting 8 to 5 on Danny, right? Oh, you won't get anything but preacher.
Dad, I've got to talk to you.
We're gonna start. You got a chicken?
It's about Colleen. It's very important.
So you should have got here faster.
I couldn't get here faster. I've been thinking.
So it isn't so important.
Dad, will you listen to me for once?
You listen. Get the dog and chicken.
Something Doc Anders forget to tell you?
There's something wrong with Colleen.
Of course there is. She cut herself up on that wire.
No, it's not that. It's when she walks, it seems to be in her hip.
Oh? What's your diagnosis, doctor?
No, it's not mine. It's the book.
Oh?
It's right here. Explains it exactly.
What?
Hip dysplasia.
Well, you better just forget it. I mean, you just say hip dysplasia in a kennel like this, and you might as well put a match to it. You walk in off the street, and you pick up a book, and you've got the whole thing figured out. It's wild.
It's so wild that you tried to get rid of her.
Me?
Well, somebody did. Somebody opened the gate, somebody took a choke chain.
Somebody. Doesn't have to be me. All right. Maybe it's true. I said maybe. Do you want to wipe out 30 years of hard work? Did you know Max had an offer on the place?
You mean he'd sell?
$130,000. Maybe 40 if he wins this afternoon. won't sell, not if he knows about Colleen. At least not without telling Lee Burrows first. That's the kind of man he is. And Lee will drop the price down to nothing. That's the kind of man he is.
You do this to Max, so that's the type of woman you are.
4 years, penned up in the sticks out here, playing nursemaid to a lot of dogs. And dirt under my nails, and the smell of this place in my hair. Well, you can have it. I want out. I know that doesn't mean anything to you. So go ahead. Be a Boy Scout. Tell Max about Colleen and wash his whole life down the drain. Oh, and while you're at it, really finish him off. Tear him apart. Tell him his son tried to cover it up. Hello, operator. I want long distance, please. Carpinteria, California.
Hey, Joe! Hey, Joe! Hey, Joe!
Hi! Come on, come on.
Hey, come on, Joe! Hey! Danny! Come on! Come here, Danny! Hey! Danny, come on! Come on, Danny!
Right, son. Boot him on home.
Left. Turn him left.
That's where I'm the only jackass in the county walks standing up. I know if he wins, it's going to cost me extra money, but here I am hoping he does.
Turn him, Johnny. Now.
Hey, Max, you hear what I said?
I'll work the next stake myself. Come on. Get your mind somewhere else.
Hello, operator. Listen, I'm still waiting for that California call. Will you please? Thank you.
What are you trying to do?
Well, I'm trying to make sure. Well, maybe we're wrong. Maybe there's no reason to say anything to Max.
Then don't say anything.
We don't have to guess. There's a way to find out.
For a man who doesn't know very much about dogs.
It shows up in human beings, in small children. I can find it in an x-ray. Now, if I find a lab somewhere...
You'll do what?
I'll find a lab somewhere in town, get a picture taken.
Oh, no, you won't. You'll turn this Jeep around and head for home.
When I'm through in town.
Mr. Lindsay, there's a telephone booth just down the road away. All I have to do is phone the police. Tell them that you stole the Jeep and the dog. Now, Bowden is a very good name around here. And you're? Nothing. You wouldn't get a mile. I'll follow you. Hello? Oh, yes, operator. I did call Carpinteria. Oh, I had to go out, but I can take it now. Are you sure? No, I don't think so. Okay, thank you. Thank you very much.
Hey, where is everybody? Where's the red carpet? He took the whole lot from top to bottom.
That's wonderful.
Ain't no question about it. He is the best dog in the whole state. Thank you. And if I got to admit it, the best handler, too. Hey, Max, where's that champagne you were telling us about?
You all look thirsty, all right. Cora, will you bring it out?
I just wanted to say congratulations.
You said you'd win. I'll put Danny away for you.
Thank you. Then come back and have some champagne.
Maybe I will after they've gone. I'd like to talk to you.
Okay, then.
Thank you.
Well, honey, where'd you go for that? Here, let me do that for you. Here, and keep them coming, honey.
You bet. Have a good time.
Thank you. Here's a champagne. Let's break it open.
Listen, Johnny, there's something. He lied to Max and he lied to me. When the long-distance operator said there's no Doc Anders in Carpinteria,
Well, that doesn't have to
Well, you
be-
should have seen his face when I said the police. He's scared of something, Johnny.
State Police, Lieutenant Sampson.
Wally, this is Cora Bowden.
Well, if you're calling about those shepherds you trained, they're doing just fine.
No, it's not about the dogs. Wally, listen, could you do me a favor?
Oh, sure. Just name it.
Could you find out if the police anywhere are looking for a man who's got something to do with medicine?
Well, no, that's a pretty big order.
A medical student or an intern or an ambulance driver. Someone who's been around doctors a lot.
Well, for anybody else, it'd be a pain in the neck. I'll call you.
Thanks, Wally.
Get out there once, will you? The last 5 or 6 months.
Hey, come on, Lee. I gotta go. You know my old lady.
Okay, I'll be with you in a minute.
Come on.
Hey, Max. You know, you could save me a trip out here to sign. We could shake on it right now.
I told you, I'll call you tomorrow. You sure are a hard man to do business with. Come on, son, let's go. Good night, Cora.
Good night.
Good night, Johnny. Take good care of my dog now.
Good night.
I'll walk you to the car.
Lindsay will be in any minute. Now, what do we do?
I don't know.
Look, Cora, he's going to know anyway. Why don't we just go out and tell him ourselves?
Not on your life.
You still think the police are going to come up with a miracle?
Maybe they won't have to.
Like the man said, it's looking in a dark closet for a black cat that isn't there.
Hey.
You got something?
I don't know. Take it easy, girl. Take it easy.
Start packing.
I hadn't planned on leaving until morning.
Well, you changed your mind. You're leaving now.
Without talking to Max?
That's right.
You've been very good to me. I think I owe it to him to see him before I go.
Maybe we owe it to him to tell him about you.
There's not much to talk about.
There's no Dr. Anders in Carpinteria.
Do you think the police might be curious as to why you had to lie?
Come on, get packed. I'll run you into town.
Your father was wrong. It doesn't always show.
What?
A good bloodline.
Bowden Kennels, what is it?
Max, you keep barking like that, we're going to have to get you a choke chain. Wally Sampson.
Wally? Something wrong?
Well, Cora made an inquiry about a man with a medical background.
What?
Well, didn't you know?
No. Why'd she do that?
Well, I was going to ask you. Have you got anybody like that around there?
Nobody. Just the family and the kennel man.
Have you got a new kennel man?
2 weeks. He answered the ad.
Any references?
Why? The job doesn't take any experience.
Neither does murder.
What are you talking about?
I've got a poster here of a man named Kimball, Richard Kimball, a doctor. He killed his wife.
Well, you go look for him someplace else. This man's no doctor. No murderer either.
Well, just the same.
No, you're flushing the wrong bird. Look, working with dogs, you get to know people. And I'm telling you, I'd swear by this man.
Well, it wouldn't hurt to make sure. I could be there in a few minutes.
Save your gas and your time. Forget it, Wally.
Goodbye.
What did he say?
He said forget it. It's kind of a nice night for a ride.
Lindsay, Max Bowden. Lindsay, you there?
Don't answer him.
Come on in.
I'm sorry.
You patched her up like this? You did the suturing and bandaging? You couldn't finish her, huh? You couldn't tell me, so you're walking out.
running me on.
That's not true. He's in trouble with the police.
I'm in trouble with them. They don't want you to know about Colleen.
No what?
Nothing. There's nothing to know, Max.
What?
She has hip dysplasia. They've known about it for days.
He's lying, Max.
They wanted to hide it from you. They thought it might affect your selling the place.
Don't listen to him.
That's how Colleen got out. She opened the gate.
Is that true? Is it true?
It's true.
I can't believe it about you, but him.
You don't know anything about him. Well, tell him. Tell him that you hate this place, how you've always hated it.
You hate the place. Why didn't you say so? Why didn't you come to me?
You never had time. You were always too busy with the dogs.
Never too busy for you. What else have I got?
The cups, the ribbons, the plaques.
No,
Oh, Dad, look around! Where's the football letter I won in high school? Where's my class picture, my college diploma? Where is anything that shows what I was, or did, or hoped to be? You say you put 30 years in this place. Well, so did I. Just about. And that's a long time to be playing second dog.
You won't have to anymore. I'm going to sell.
What are you going to do about Colleen?
I'll have to tell Lee.
No, Max. Lee's no fool. You won't get a fourth of what this place is worth.
What is it worth? If it stands between him and me, what is it worth?
Well, I'm getting out now. You can come along or not. As you choose.
Go on. She's your wife. She's what you want. Go on.
You do this for me. You'd throw the whole place away. Throw it away. Dad, we can lick the dysplasia. We'll build a line back. Suppose it takes us 5 or 6 years, so what?
Us?
Well, you always said I was half of the firm.
Somebody just drove in. Go see who it is. The police called here a while ago. They're looking for a doctor. A man named Kimball. You say he killed his wife?
He didn't.
I didn't think he did. A man who couldn't kill a dog. I always liked this room. That window has a very nice view of the woods.
Your kennel man around?
Why? What do you want him for?
I'm not sure if we do want him. But if we do, it's because he's an interstate fugitive.
Wally! You couldn't take my word, could you? Just had to come out and spend the taxpayers' money, huh?
I wanted some air. Is that him?
Hard to say in this light. My reading glasses are in the house.
Max. Where is he?
All right. All right. Lindsay, are you up?
His light's on.
Max Bowden, open up.
The woods. Made to order. Bob! We wouldn't stand a chance in the dark. Is that his dog?
Mine. He's been taking care of her.
Let's go, girl.
She's no good in the field.
One of your dogs? I'll take my chance. Go get him, girl.
She's been hurt. She's sick.
I won't keep her out too long.
Find him, girl. Come on, you can find him.
Colleen, go on. Go away, Colleen. Go on, Colleen. Go on.
Where are you, girl?
Go on.
I told you she's no good in the field. Hardly worth keeping, except as a pet.
From Denver. No return address. Had it made in silver. Saying thanks, I guess.
And thanks should be on our side. You did a lot for us.
And took a big chance.
That kind of man doesn't figure the chances. When it's in the bloodline.
You took a chance for someone, and it worked out for him. Someday, perhaps it will work out for you. Somewhere in some far-off city, in some far-off time. But this is now, and you are still running. You are a fugitive.